the 13th of August 2020. My name is Bismark Brown and we welcome you to today's edition of the Front Page right here on Stream TV. The Front Page helps you understand what's making headline news on the various front pages from Ghana and also Africa. We'll start off with the Ghanaian Times this morning, and it comes with a photograph of the chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Mrs. Jean Mensah. Banner headline: at the end of voter registration exercise, Greater Accra Ashanti top electoral roll with over 3.5 million, 3 million voters respectively. And at the end of the 38-day new voter registration exercise, including the 2-day mop-up exercise across the country, the Electoral Commission recorded a total of 16,963,306 eligible voters provisionally. And out of the number, it goes on to give you a breakdown of how it looks for the various regions. And the EC chairperson noted that the Greater Accra region maintained its lead with a total of 3,509,805, followed by the Ashanti region with 3,013,856. The Eastern region follows with 1,628,180, with the Central region coming forth with a total number of registered voters amounting to 1,566,061. The other regions in a descending order according to the Electoral Commission, you have the Western region recording 1,185,315 voters, with the Northern region following with 1,047,539. The voter region captured 929,322 voters, with the Upper East region recording a total number of 653,730 voters. The Bono region captured 648,408 voters, with the Bono East region capturing 592,015 registered voters. The Upper West region comes next with 470,271 registered voters, with the Western North region following with 465,444 total number of registered voters. The Oti region follows with 353,492 registered voters, with the Ahafo region recording 315,827. The Savannah region comes last on the list with 295,648. So that's how the regions stand as far as the just ended voter registration exercise is concerned. It's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, the Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia's photograph is here. We will continue to support youth amid COVID-19. And the Vice President says that indeed he is assuring of government's continued support for the youth despite the devastating effect of the coronavirus disease. On the front page of the Ghanaian Times as well, House approves $1.3 billion loan for cocoa board to purchase cocoa beans. And forgive me, Parliament yesterday approved a $1.3 billion syndicated loan facility for the Ghana Cocoa Board for the purchase of cocoa beans from farmers and to finance other operations of the board for the 2020-2021 crop season. I'm quite worried that every year we have to go for loans to be able to buy cocoa beans from our own farmers. We ought to grow out of this situation. And it's on the front page of the Ghanaian Times. Armed robbers gunned down pastor at Ejisu-Tikrom, and suspected robbers have shot and killed the head pastor of the Jehovah Nisi Evangelical Ministry branch at Ejisu-Tikrom in the Ashanti region. It happened on Wednesday. The pastor, Reverend Maxwell Atakra, who was 44 years, was killed at his residence at Enyinem Kejasi in the Inshaeso constituency at about 3 a.m. on Wednesday. Members of the church, family and neighbors are yet to come out of the shock. The associate pastor of the church, Douglas Safo, indicated that he received a phone call from the pastor's wife, who told him that Pastor Maxwell Takra had been shot dead by armed robbers. The robbers rushed to their bedroom and ordered them to bring their money. According to the associate pastor, the deceased pastor's wife struggled with the armed robbers and was able to escape, but left the husband behind. By the time she returned, her husband was found dead in a pool of blood, and it's on the front page here of the Ghanaian Times. We move on to the New Crusading Guide of Thursday, and the New Crusading Guide this morning says Akufo-Addo is a great leader. Professor Lumumba praises his quality leadership style. And renowned Kenyan Pan-Africanist Professor Patrick Loch Otieno Lumumba has acknowledged the leadership qualities of President Akufo-Addo by saying the Ghanaian president will make his list of exclusive African leaders. I beg your pardon. The New Crusading Guide also says Tema chiefs warn Carlos Ahinkra. The Chronicle reported this yesterday, and the Tema Traditional Council has issued a stern warning to Carlos Ahinkra, saying it will not hesitate to sack him when he visits the palace. According to the Tema Traditional Council, the Tema West Member of Parliament has never respected the council, and they even say if he dares come in the company of the president to the palace, they will politely sack him just to save the image of His Excellency the President. The New Crusading Guy says EC registers 16.9 million potential voters for 2020 polls, and that's on the front page of the New Crusading Guide. Let's check out what the Daily Graphic is reporting today. And banner headline on the front page of Daily Graphic: EC confident of credible register, nearly 17 million voters captured. Daily Graphic also says government World Bank vote $200 million for job creation, and that comes with a photograph of His Excellency the Vice President Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. And the government of Ghana is collaborating with the World Bank to support the development of jobs and skills with an amount of $200 million in the next 5 years. And the Vice President Dr. Bawumia announced this and said the project was approved by Parliament last month, and it was expected to train the youth in apprenticeship, entrepreneurship and skills development. That's on the front page of Daily Graphic. Police caution political parties against vigilantes is also a caption on the front page of Daily Graphic. And the director of operations of the Ghana Police Service, Deputy Commissioner of Police DCOP Dr. Saibu Pabigariba, has cautioned political parties against the engagement of vigilantes as private security persons during the December 7 elections. The police director of operations blamed most of the political violence in the country on vigilantism and stressed that the continuous development of vigilantes by political parties or politicians was in violation of the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 2019 Act 999. All we look up to the police to do is to arrest people when they are found culpable against this law, and that's on the front page of Daily Graphic. Also on the front page of Daily Graphic, UG Chancellor elected African Academy of Sciences, and we say congratulations to him. The Daily Dispatch is our next paper. Let's move on and find out what is reported. The Daily Dispatch says voter registration has ended. Comparison between 2020 and 2016 voters register, and the Daily Dispatch gives us a breakdown in terms of comparison as to how the voter registration exercise went in the Greater Accra, for instance. The Greater Accra region, for instance, in 2016, the voters register recorded close to 3,063,966, but the 2020 register captures 3,509,805, and that's about plus 445,819 plus increment. And if you look at from Greater Accra, Central, Northern, and the new regions in the northern regions, the Bono area, Ashanti, Western and Western North, Upper East, Eastern region, Upper East and Volta have all recorded increases, and that's quite instructive to note, and it's captured by the Daily Dispatch of today. Election 2020, don't dare us, police warn against violence, and that's on the front page of the Daily Dispatch. Radio stations responsible for 70% of ethical violence, and the Media Foundation for West Africa is putting out this survey that it listened and monitored a number of radio stations in the country, and it found that radio stations are in the majority as far as violations of our ethical standards are concerned. The Daily Dispatch reports today. Let's head straight to the Daybreak newspaper, and banner headline comes with a photograph of Professor Stephen Adai, who is a board chairman of the Ghana Revenue Authority. It also comes with a photograph of Mrs. Julie Essiem, and banner headline says, unapproved recruitment at GRA. Julie Essiem again recruits over 20 staff without board and management approval, appoints deputy commissioner on contract. And the story goes on to talk about how persons who are not qualified have been appointed and given promotions, while others with the requisite qualification continue to be at the same level they are, and it's captured by the Daybreak newspaper of today. The Daybreak also comes with a photograph of Ghana's National Security Minister, the Honorable Albert Kandapa. Caption says, BNI now National Intelligence Bureau, and the Bureau of National Investigations, BNI, is to be renamed the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, according to the Security and Intelligence Agencies Bill 2020. According to the Security and Intelligence Bill 2020, the National Intelligence Bureau, NIB, would reinforce its focus on the activities skewed towards intelligence-oriented tasks only, and that's before Parliament, and it's on the front page of Daybreak. President Akufo-Addo prioritizes youth transformation and empowerment is also a caption on the front page of Daybreak. Let's move on to the Daily Guide of today. Daily Guide says, Mahama is old cargo, Bawumia fires, and it's on the front page of Daily Guide. The Vice President, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, yesterday described the National Democratic Congress flag bearer, John Mahama, as an old quantity who for 8 years was Vice President and President, and it goes on and on and on to describe him in many words, according to the Vice President. Also on the front page of Daily Guide, students paid light bill under NDC, and it's here on the front page of Daily Guide. Women top voters register, and we're told that 57.73% of total number of voters registered in the just ended voters registration exercise accounts for women, and in absolute figures we're talking about 8,775,609 women, translating into 57.73%, while men accounts for 8,187,609, translating into 48.27%. So if you know the direction women vote, well, it tells you what is likely to happen in the 2020 elections. The Daily Guide says $1.3 billion approved for Cocoa Board, and it's on the front page here of the paper. The Chronicle reports NDC secretly investigated Emil Short before allowed to probe Rawlings's ministers, and that's coming from the book Working with Rawlings, authored by former Minister of Local Government and Rural Development, Professor Kwame Ahoy. The Chronicle says Cocoa Board seeks $6.5 million tax waiver from Parliament. On the front page of the Chronicle as well, microfinance company accuses Bank of Ghana of human rights abuse, and that's on the front page here of the paper. The Daily Statesman is our next paper. Paper says crafty Rawlings democratized violence. Ahoy demonizes NDC founder in explosive book. Also on the front page of the Daily Statesman, tell us what you did for the youth. Bawumia challenges NDC flag bearer, and it's all on the front page here of the Daily Statesman. The ABC News is our next paper. Banner headline: EC registers 17 million Ghanaians as Mahama eats humble pie. Also on the front page of ABC News, Mahama failed Ghanaian youth. That's attributed to Dr. Baumia, the vice president. At least 30% of NAPCO recruits employed permanently, and it's coming from John Kuma, who is in charge of NEP, on the front page of ABC News today. The Business and Financial Times is our last paper for domestic news, and the BNFT says EC registers 16.9 million citizens, 1.3 million first-time voters, 8.7 million female, 8.1 million male, and it's on the front page of the BNFT. We will make the register a wholly Ghanaian-owned enterprise, and that's an assurance coming from the Electoral Commission of Ghana. Let's head straight inside Africa and find out what's making news on the continent. Sorry. Inside Africa, we head straight to Liberia, and guess what? Liberian Vice President has been flown to Ghana with breathing difficulties, and Liberia's Vice President Jewel Howard Taylor has been flown to Ghana for treatment after developing respiratory complications, according to a press statement from her office. Mrs. Taylor left the country last Tuesday afternoon following a 4-day stay at a private clinic in the capital, Monrovia. Doctors at the clinic recommended her transfer after she had been stabilized. It denied media reports linking her complications to COVID-19, and Liberia's weak health system has become the topic on the lips of everybody, chastising the government for flying their vice president to Ghana. And it goes on and on and on. If you don't know, Mrs. Taylor, the vice president of Liberia, who is 56 years old, is an ex-wife of jailed former Liberian President Charles Taylor. And if you've been monitoring the news, she's been complaining lately that she's not being recognized as the second in command of that country. Also in Africa, Kenya to engage Russia over vaccine. And health officials in Kenya have said they will engage Russia over its COVID-19 vaccine. This is after Russia became the first country in the world to officially register its vaccine. But experts have raised concerns about the speed of Russia's work, suggesting that researchers might be cutting corners. And that's also happening in Africa. We head straight to forgive me, Africa's big brother, Nigeria, and a court in Nigeria has fined pirates for seizing a ship in the Gulf of Guinea. And a court in Nigeria has fined 3 men $52,000 each for hijacking a ship in March and securing a ransom of $200,000 for the release of its crew. These are the first convictions in the West African state since a new anti-piracy law came into force last year. Nigeria has been under pressure from the shipping industry to curb piracy in the Gulf of Guinea. It accounts for more than 80% of maritime kidnappings globally. And we need to watch this trend growing in Africa. That's about it. We'll leave it here. Keep your environment clean and say no to polythene bags, and ensure that you contribute your quota to the development of Mother Ghana. My name is Bismark Brown. Thanks for watching the front page. Like our pages and also subscribe to our YouTube channel. Have a super day and enjoy Stream TV.